What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, managing editor, Fightful.com, Fightful MMA, here on our new Fightful MMA and Boxing YouTube. Make sure you check out Carlos Toro's podcast he did this week. High-level boxing analysis from him. Also, we have a contest giveaway to announce. Subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment on anything on here for an entry to win a signed Randy Couture and Chuck Liddell photograph ahead of Chuck Liddell's return to MMA later this month. But before that, we have Gustafsson, Jones, Cyborg, Nunes, UFC 232 press conference. We had coverage for you at FightfulMMA.com. Here you go, so you don't have to sit through an hour. They're all brought up on the stage. Jones says that he really has tried to block out all the talk of past failed drug tests. Said that he's sorry for not fighting at MSG, but he wasn't ready to go at this time. Says that he will fight there despite the heavy taxes. He does not plan on giving Daniel Cormier another fight, but did say that he would be open to fighting him at heavyweight, but said that all the chips fall in Cormier's favor there. Specifies that the USADA nightmare or the USADA situation was a nightmare to get through, and he's back on a mission to be the greatest fighter of all time. He says that he doesn't train as hard as he should have for the first fight with Gustafsson and hopes to finish him at UFC 232. We had some back and forth between Cyborg and Nunes. Cyborg says the only problem that she has with Nunes is the fact that Nunes made her wait so long to fight. Nunes cleared that up by saying that she needed 9 months to prepare for Cris Cyborg and the challenge that she faced with Cris Cyborg and moving up a weight class. However, Nunes would not commit to fighting in two different weight classes, so that she's going to focus on the situation and then assess things as they happen, but believes that a win over Cyborg would make her the greatest women's fighter in history. I would be inclined to agree, and considering there is no real 145-pound division, if she won that title, that just leaves some more options for her. Alexander Gustafsson said that he feels fortunate to have a third shot at the UFC light heavyweight title and will push Jones and prove that he can be beaten, but he doesn't see it as his last opportunity, even if he loses, that he's just getting started. Dana White says that Jones and Cyborg are the greatest male-female combo in the UFC and wouldn't really talk about the Demetrius Johnson-Ben Askren trade, which got a lot of boos from the crowd, but that he will open up about it in the future. Said that his past with Askren has been mixed, but Askren hit him up months ago about fighting in the UFC, and Demetrius Johnson was never really happy in the UFC. Jones and Gustafsson had some back and forth about losing fights and how fights went down, but Jones is really goading Gustafsson here. It says that the second fight with Gustafsson is not a legacy cementing fight, and that he's learned to put his family and God first, but miss the fans throughout the entire USADA situation. Cyborg went back to mocking Nunes. I got to say, I've never heard Cris Cyborg talk this much trash without a manager, an agent, a social media manager in her ear, and she's much better at it than they are at it for her. Jones said that he would still like to fight WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. By the way, Dana White had no idea that Brock Lesnar won the Universal Championship this morning, or this afternoon rather, but says that he would be open to Brock Lesnar carrying any championship to the ring that he wanted, but doesn't think that Vince McMahon would let him. The irony is that Tony Ferguson nor Conor McGregor, who had not lost their lightweight championships before UFC 229, didn't get to bring their titles to the cage with them. Cyborg said that she was supposed to fight Amanda Nunes on September 8th, but Nunes then signed to fight at UFC 234. Jones, while he picked Daniel Cormier, says he is a big fan of Derek Lewis, especially after the "my balls was hot" comment, and joked that if he said that, it'd be a PR nightmare. To which Dana White responded that he would much rather have John Jones say that his balls was hot in comparison to some of the nightmare around public relations that he has unleashed on the company in the past. Cyborg says that she will fight for possibly another 5 years and doesn't want to retire, but does want to box. John Jones is very optimistic about Luke Rockhold's possibilities in the light heavyweight division. Says that Anthony Smith isn't there on a skill level and brought up the fact that Ozdemir, who doesn't have a strong ground game, controlled him on the ground, but said that he would make a good opponent after UFC 232 and would be open to fight him. Dana White had to get in between John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson towards the end of this press conference, which you can stream over at Fightful.com, but you don't have to sit through 40 minutes of it. I just gave you all the lowdown, my friends. Until next time, we're out.